Hello, everybody. This is Pauline, and this is our Mindful Monday meditation, or Monday Mindful Meditation, however we want to call it. Thank you for joining. I see familiar faces, and if anybody is new, then I'd say welcome for joining. Today is June 19th or Juneteenth, and so I'm sure some people are off today to celebrate. And what I wanted to focus on today is Love 2.0. And this is actually a topic I learned about going through a course that I was taking. And I thought it was an interesting concept. You know, there's a Love 1.0 and then there's Love 2.0. So I looked into it a little deeper and I decided to share it with you. So Love 2.0 is the title of a book written by Barbara Fredrickson, who is a professor of psychology and a leading scholar on social psychology, affective science, and positive psychology. So she basically focuses on positive emotions and human flourishing. Like, you know, how do you live your best life? Like, what kind of things are contributing to living your best life and truly flourishing in life? Which, you know, to me, that's just a fascinating and incredibly important topic. You know, what actually makes us happy and what actually makes us fulfilled in life? And the study of positive psychology is all about that. So if ever you want to learn a little bit more about that, just look into positive psychology. There's a lot of research in this area. And so that's positive psychology is not just about, you know, in psychology sometimes it's like, well, you have a problem and let's fix the problem. But positive psychology is really about, like, how can we get you from normal functioning to like really optimal functioning? And, you know, I mean, how awesome is that? To me, that's really where it's at, and I'm really always interested in learning more about that. Anyway, so Barbara wrote this book in 2013 or 14, and she actually describes Love 2.0, or she actually describes love as the energizing micro moment that you feel when you truly connect with someone else. You meet each other's eyes, you share a common source of positivity. And so Love 1.0 is, you know, what we think of, like, okay, my soulmate and my kids and, you know, the family, you know, like a small circle. But what she's basically making the point here is that you can share like moments of love with anybody, and even with your pets, you know. I mean, you've probably looked at the eyes of your dog or your bunny or your cat, and you just feel like, you know, a little bit of soul expansion or a little bit of heartwarming moment. And most likely they feel that too. And so what she shares is the research that these moments are really, really good for our health. It changes our nervous system. It changes our biology, our neurobiology. And she talks about oxytocin being released, which is a bonding hormone. And, you know, like the vagus nerve, which it gets some more press. It's kind of the cool nerve to talk about these days, but it's really the opposite of fight flight, you know. So it's the rest and restore. So activating our vagus nerve results in better heart rate and just better heart function, actually, and it really activates the system in us that takes care of healing and relaxation and restoring health. And so by taking these micro moments of connection, you're actually doing yourself and others a really great favor. So one of my examples is, I mean, because I'm aware of this information, I make it a point, honestly. Like when I get a patient out of the waiting room as a physical therapist, I like to look at them, make a joke from the get-go, or connect. And sometimes I can see that it affects the whole waiting room, you know, by just showing like a gesture of kindness to the patient, or by just, you know, acknowledging them or saying something, you know, joking a little bit. Or when I wash my hands in the bathroom and there's somebody next to me, I mean, you could just be awkward and just like wash your hands and not pay attention to them. Or you can say something nice. Maybe they're wearing something pretty or whatever. Or you just, sometimes I say, how's your day been? You know, just having a connection. And or somebody who works in the cafeteria here in Phoenix, you know, I know her name and we just say hello and we share a moment like, how was the weekend, or what's going on in your life that's fun, or something like that. You know, or in the grocery store when we're at the checkout counter, like how often do people just stare down at their phone and, you know, just don't really connect. But what if you actually look at the name of this person, they wear their name tag, and say, hey Stacy, how are you today? How's your day been? Or whatever, anything, just connect with a person. And you can do it, for the reason of like, hey, this is going to help my health. But it also just makes life a little more fun, honestly. So I have a feeling that many of you are already doing this because you're gravitating towards meditation. So I have a feeling this is not brand new to you. But maybe do it even with more purpose and really pay attention to it and be very intentional about it at the start of the day. She actually created a TED Talk. There's a TED Talk with her, and it's actually quite cute because the title of the talk is Remaking Love. And she said, but there's a subtitle. I decided not to add it, but the subtitle was How to Make Love All Day Long Without Getting Tired or Fired. So she has a sense of humor. Let me see here if there's anything else that I want to share with you. No, that's about it. So little like laughing with a friend, hugging somebody, smiling at a baby, all these moments where you just feel a little warmth or expansion of your heart, and I bet you all know that feeling, like your heart being more open versus your heart being more closed off. It's a really like a real physical feeling when you pay attention to it. So aim for more of those open-hearted, warm moments. And of course, my next thing that I want to research is how does that work via a platform like Zoom or YouTube, via video. Like, how is it the exact same or not quite the exact same? Because I know with my patients, our nervous system literally get in sync when we're interacting. So I have an obligation, I think, to be at my best and not bring, negativity and stuff into the treatment room. But it would be interesting to actually also learn like what happens if this is more of a virtual format or even on the phone. So to be continued. So let's meditate. I'm going to actually encourage you to start with warming your hands and just rub your hands together vigorously. And only once they're really warm, because this meditation is going to be about connecting with the heart, then place one hand over the center of your chest, over your heart, and then place the other one on the top of that. And then really feel that sensation of pressure, light pressure, over the heart. You might close your eyes right here if that's comfortable for you. And with the heart being the center of emotion, center of feeling, imagine that you're giving your heart a hug, or that you're, just like if you want to have somebody, let's say a child, feel comfortable and you might just hold them close or give them a hug. Imagine that you're giving yourself, the center of your feelings, the center of your emotion, a really nice warm hug. Basically assuring your heart that everything is A-okay, even if you maybe are dealing with a bit of a challenge or a bit of sadness. And perhaps you just feel joy in your heart, and that's of course wonderful. Just holding your hands over your heart, like you're really giving yourself a hug and just assuring yourself that you're really taking care of you, taking care of your feelings, taking care of your emotions, allowing them to be there. Now you can keep your hands over your heart if you like that, or you can lower one hand or both hands down, but the awareness is going to stay with the heart for now, or with the center of the chest. And I'm going to invite you now to make sure that your body is relaxed, that you're sitting back in your chair, that you're allowing your body to be supported by the back of the chair, allowing your seat to really rest on the seat of the chair, the thighs to be supported, feeling your feet grounded on the floor. And whether your hands are over your heart or not, allow your shoulders to drop away from the ears. If your hands are no longer over the heart, make sure your hands are resting comfortably. Either palms up or palms down, your choice. And just allow your face to be soft. Letting go any tensions. Just allow it to melt away from your face, from your shoulders, your neck. Melting away from the arms all the way, just as if it's like moving out of your fingertips. Any tensions leaving your body. Tensions through the chest, the back, the abdomen, moving down through the pelvis, moving down through the legs. And then imagine like you're dropping all tension through the soles of your feet into the ground. And then with the awareness back to the center of the chest, imagine that you're breathing in to your chest, straight into your heart, and then moving out straight through your heart. Of course, the air is going in and out of your nose, ideally, but just imagine that the air is actually moving in and out through the center of the chest. And every in-breath, imagine you're breathing in light or warmth into your heart. And as you breathe out, you just think of letting go of anything that doesn't belong with you, that you just want to breathe out. So breathing in, expanding the chest, expanding the heart, warmth or light. And then breathing, letting go. Just do a few more calm breaths, just like that. And then bring to mind somebody that you just adore. And it could be somebody who's still with us, could be somebody who has passed on, could even be a pet. Just imagine them in your mind's eye, imagine them being with you. And just notice how you feel when you think about them. Could be your kids, could be a religious figure, could be a parent, a soulmate. Just whoever just brings a sense of happiness when you think of them, a sense of gratitude perhaps. And just notice, is there a change in your system, in your body, especially in your heart, when you bring them to mind and when you visualize them in front of you and imagine they're with you? Don't try and make something happen, just simply observe that. And then mentally share with them something along the lines of, may you live your life with ease, or may you be happy, or may you flourish in life. Sometimes it's not even the words, but it's more like the intention. You know, really wishing them it's just a wonderful life, a wonderful experience in life. Just imagine getting that across, whether it's in words or whether it's just that intention. Maybe it's simple as, may you have an awesome life. Just repeat that mentally, or just maintain that intention, whatever works well for you. Or maybe even visualize them having that awesome life. So this should be fairly effortless, just keeping yourself really relaxed. And when that feels complete, you can just allow that image to dissolve, feeling yourself sitting here, feeling the center of your chest. And then imagine looking at yourself. As you smile at yourself in the mirror, for example, just looking at yourself with a lot of love and compassion. If you find it hard to look at yourself in that way, just imagine how a loved one sees you, or your dog or cat sees you. I think my cat thinks I'm the best thing that's ever lived, because I feed him. Probably helps. So looking at yourself, and then notice how you feel. And then wish that same wish for yourself. I wish you were such an awesome life, or I wish you happiness and health, or may you flourish through life. Whatever comes natural to you, whatever sentence works. Or just simply imagining it, having that intention, or seeing yourself experiencing that flourishing life. And of course you can say those sentences in the I form. May I flourish, may I be happy and healthy. May I have an awesome life. How does that feel? And then letting go of that image and feeling yourself sitting on your chair, breathing. Then bring to mind somebody neutral. Maybe it is the person that you meet in the cafeteria, or that was standing next to you while you were washing your hands in the bathroom, or somebody that you shared the elevator with earlier today, somebody who served you your coffee at Starbucks, somebody you don't really know that well, or maybe you don't even know their name. But knowing that this person, just like you and me, wants to have a life that is wonderful. They want to flourish in their life. So imagine that person in front of you. And notice how your heart is feeling when you look at them. Don't try and create anything, just simply notice. Do you feel any sensations in the chest area? And sometimes we really don't with a more neutral person that we don't have any specific connection with. But what if you imagine really looking at them and making eye contact with them and knowing how much they too want to be happy? And you give them the wish. May you be happy. May you flourish in life. May you have a wonderful life. And when you just imagine looking in their eyes and just wishing that for them, you might notice a subtle change in the center of your chest. If you don't, no worries. Again, don't try and create a feeling. Simply notice that. And the next time that you're actually in front of that person or somebody like it, maybe when you're paying for your groceries, can you mentally say something like that? And see what happens to you. And also see what happens to them. They might sense it even though you don't say it out loud. So imagine that person in front of you, imagine looking in their eyes and just wishing them an awesome life, a joyful life. And then allowing that image to dissolve. And just sit and relax and notice the breath effortlessly moving in and out of your body. Notice your body relaxed, really letting yourself rest against the back of your chair, allowing the chair to carry your body. And again, bringing your focus, your awareness to the center of the chest as you're breathing in and breathing out, as if you're bringing more light into the chest, into the heart on your in-breath. And then breathing out, you're just letting go. And just stay like that for another few minutes. Just relaxing, resting, just taking care of your heart, nourishing your own heart. And if your hands have been lowered and you feel like you'd like to put your hand back on your heart, please do so. Just really allowing yourself to rest for another few minutes. Just notice how you're feeling right now. What's the state of your body? What's the state of your mind, your thoughts, the quality of your thoughts? What's the state of your heart? And then imagine just radiating peace, or your warmth of your heart, or the light of your heart, whatever you connect with most. Just imagine just effortlessly radiating that out to those that are near you, Or perhaps you can even imagine a group of people that you really would like to share your love, your peace with. Just imagine it effortlessly beaming out of your heart. And to me, this is a form of prayer. Sometimes my prayers are without words. They're just this, just imagining people that I care about, that I want to pray for. I just imagine them being just surrounded and penetrated with the light from my heart. And just imagining seeing them radiant and healthy and alive. Sometimes the words actually get in the way. So at this moment, I imagine that light moving through all of you guys, everybody that's now meditating. And just giving a little blessing to your life. And when that feels complete to you, rub your hands together. Place them one more time over the center of your chest. You can place your hands in Namaste position, in prayer position in front of your heart and bowing down to yourself. As you're bowing down, you might want to open your eyes if they were closed, letting the light come in, maybe blink a few times. And when you're ready, you can lift your gaze and just kind of do a virtual little love to everybody you can see on the screen. Thank you so much for meditating with us today. I wish you a really good week or two. I guess our next meditation is on July 3rd. And happy International